Your brain is lying to you about your past. It is actively treating a harmless social mistake from 5 years ago, like an active federal crime. If you've ever laid awake at 3 a.m., staring completely blankly at the ceiling, while a sudden, violent wave of physical shame washes over your chest, you know exactly what this feels like. But why does this happen? Why do some people forget their minor social blunders within minutes, while your mind saves them in high-definition storage to use against you years later? And is this emotional intensity a permanent psychological flaw or a miswired superpower? By the end of this video, you will understand the exact neurological glitch causing this phantom pain. And more importantly, you'll know the single mental shift required to permanently disarm it. To understand how this trap is built, we have to go back to a completely ordinary Tuesday. Imagine a crowded, bustling local coffee shop. Our stickman is standing in line, waiting for his drink. He reaches out to grab his iced coffee from the barista, but his fingers slip. The plastic cup hits the counter, flips over, and spills coffee everywhere. It takes exactly 3 seconds to clean up. The barista smiles, hands him a new one, and says, "Don't worry about it." An ordinary person walks out and forgets this ever happened by lunchtime. But for you, the story is just beginning, because your brain didn't record a coffee spill. It recorded a catastrophe. Why does a minor spill turn into a psychological emergency inside your head? The answer lies in a biological trait discovered by psychologists called environmental sensitivity. About 20% of the population is born with a nervous system that is structurally tuned to process the world deeper than everyone else. If you experience this, you are a highly sensitive person, an HSP. While others live in a low-resolution world, you live in high-definition 4K. Every micro-expression, every sharp tone of voice, every subtle shift in room energy, your brain records it all. But this answers one question while opening an even bigger, more terrifying mystery. If this deep processing system is supposed to help you navigate life, why does it feel like it's actively trying to destroy your peace of mind? To find out, neuroscientists put highly sensitive people into fMRI brain scanners, and what they discovered changed everything. See, inside a typical brain, memories are handled like items on a clean, efficient factory conveyor belt. Normal everyday events go into cheap, temporary cardboard boxes. They get thrown out within days. But here's the strange part. In your brain, that factory has no cheap boxes. Instead, every single social interaction, no matter how small, gets stamped with a bright red, flashing critical emergency label. Your amygdala, the brain's emotional fire alarm, fires at maximum capacity over a minor awkward moment. It completely confuses a bad joke or a stuttered word with a literal predator attack. But wait, that's only half the story. The real reason these memories resurface years later isn't just because they were filed away loudly. It's because of what your brain actively does to them while you sleep. While you are resting, a typical brain runs background maintenance. It compresses old files. They lose their emotional color. But you are not imagining it. When your mind pulls up an old memory, it doesn't just show you a picture. It reruns the exact chemical data. You feel the same cold sweat, the same sudden knot in your stomach. You may have deeply blamed yourself for this. You might have thought, "Why am I so weak? Why can't I just move on?" Let this truth sink into your chest. This is more common than you think. You are not broken. You have simply been carrying around an invisible backpack. And every single year, your overprotective brain quietly drops another heavy concrete brick of past mistakes directly into it. You drag this crushing weight into every single room you enter. You carry it into job interviews, into new relationships, into simple, casual conversations, constantly scanning, constantly terrified of making one wrong move and adding another heavy brick to the pile. But then, researchers stumbled upon something completely unexpected. Something that flips this entire nightmare completely on its head. The same hyper-reactive alarm system that causes you this unbearable memory torture? It is actually the exact byproduct of a rare, highly evolved evolutionary superpower. Your brain does not keep those painful memories alive to punish you. It keeps them alive because it deeply cares about you. See, thousands of years ago, humans lived in small, tightly knit tribes. In those tribes, social banishment didn't just mean awkwardness, it meant literal death. If the tribe kicked you out, you were left entirely alone in the wild to starve or be hunted. So, nature developed an ingenious safety feature for the most perceptive members of the tribe. Your highly sensitive brain became the group's early warning system. It wasn't designed to make you happy. It was designed to keep you accepted. When your mind forces you to relive that embarrassing coffee spill or that awkward sentence, it isn't malfunctioning. It is running a high-stakes, hyper-realistic survival simulation. It is desperately showing you the mistake over and over again, screaming, "Look at this! Learn from this! Never do it again, or we might be cast out into the dark!" The realization changes everything. Your brain isn't treating you like a criminal. It is acting like an over-aggressive, deeply terrified bodyguard. But a bodyguard that never sleeps eventually becomes a captor. So how do you fire a bodyguard that's built into your own nervous system? You can't argue with it. You can't scream at it to stop. Trying to suppress an old memory only signals to your amygdala that the memory is a dangerous enemy, making it fight harder. Instead, you must use a single, highly effective psychological tool called behavioral neutralization. The next time you are lying in bed and a sudden wave of physical shame hits your chest for a mistake you made years ago, do not run from it. Take a deep breath, look directly at the memory, and say to yourself, either silently or out loud, this exact phrase: "Thank you for trying to protect me, but the tribe is safe." By naming the protective intent of your brain, you immediately flip the cognitive switch. You pull your attention spotlight away from the cringe and place it on the biological safety mechanism. You are acknowledging the bodyguard while gently stepping out of the cage. Your past is not a list of social crimes. Your brain has never been your enemy. The unbearable weight you've been carrying around isn't proof that you are weak, broken, or unsuited for this world. It is undeniable biological proof of how deeply you care. Your highly sensitive mind was built to love, connect, and feel at a depth that most people will never get to experience. So the next time your memory tries to punish you at 3 a.m., smile at the bodyguard. Remind your mind that you are no longer surviving in the wild. Your past is settled, your errors are paid for, and it is finally time to let yourself rest.